case you don't know me or you've just subscribed to this channel, my name is Winnell Wilmon. I am your restoration coach. And before I came on, I was asking the Lord what I should talk about. And an email that I sent out today came to mind. And so I'm going to share that email and then I'm going to update y'all on what I have going on with me. So today, I was reminded of a situation that happened, Lord, maybe like a week or so ago with my daughter. If you don't know, I have a 1 year old, and like a week or so ago, I was making her bottle, and she was patiently waiting for me. And I remember looking at her, I was like, oh my gosh, you being so patient, right? And right when I was about to give her her bottle, I'm like, the temperature felt a bit off. I almost dismissed it because I put the regular amount of time that I usually put on there for her bottle. But I was like, no, I'm not going to dismiss it. So I paused to check the milk to make sure that the temperature was okay, because sometimes the bottle may seem hot, but the milk itself is not as hot as what the bottle, seemed. And so at that moment, she became frustrated and she started crying because she thought that meant that I wasn't giving her her bottle anymore because I paused and I opened it up to check. And so what I got from that was, in that moment, it had me thinking about us. And I don't know, maybe you cannot relate to this, but I can. So it had me thinking about me and how there are many times where we're trusting God for something and it feels like we're patiently waiting for it. And then we begin to get tired. We begin to get restless. And we start to we start to talk against that thing that we're believing in God for. So we start to undo things with our words. We start to sometimes improvise, where we start to make it happen for ourselves instead of waiting on God. Or we change the plan sometimes, right? And go a completely different route. And so that's what that situation made me think about, because it took a little longer than what she thought it was going to take. She assumed that meant access denied, right? And we do that with God, that we have a certain time frame in mind that we're waiting for him to do things in. And if it seems like it's taking a little longer than that, we get impatient and we start to take control of things. We start to take things in our own hand. And that's us telling God that we don't believe who he said he is. That's us telling God that we don't trust him. That's us telling God that, hey, you don't keep your word. And we may not be saying it with our mouths, but our action are saying it. And so I just want to remind you today, I don't know if you're in the waiting season, I want to remind you that there is purpose in the pause. There is purpose in the pause. It may seem like things have been paused, things are a little bit still right now, but you never know. God could be on the other side just working on things to make sure that your blessing actually blesses you, to make sure that you are ready for it. You're ready for what it is that you've been asking him for. Not sometimes it's not only just you that you're ready, but your environment is also ready, right? Because environment matters. Just think about the food storage and how we store things. When things are not stored in the proper environment, guess what happened? It goes bad, right? So your environment matters as well too, right? And so I want to remind you, there is purpose in the pause. Do not give up. Do not get worried in waiting. God says that in due season, he will reward us. What seems like he's taking long to us is just him making sure that that blessing actually is a blessing to you, that is an abundance for you, and is not going to be a hindrance. Because when we are not ready for things, and we get it, it becomes a hindrance. So do not give up. That's all I hopped on here to share. Have a blessed rest of your day.